Welcome to Turn Into Podcast. I'm Gina Baruch. Join me in my journey and discover how women's stories are woven into our lives, reflecting the beautiful tapestry of human experience. I found myself at a club called Bombay, a small bamboo shack where people dance at the rhythm of electronic music. I was with my roommate Rebecca, who looked like the twin of Gabriela Montes from High School Musical and had a fan club of guys following her around. And there he was, a tall guy with a perfect smile and shining eyes. The most gorgeous man I had ever seen. His sauce, however, seemed slower than the Titanic, and the night was quickly ending. I took matters into my own hands. I walked over and introduced myself, then tried to set him up with Rebecca. "Hey, how you doing? This is my friend Rebecca. You should meet her," I said, trying to be the wing woman of the year. He, however, wasn't having it. "I don't want to hang out with your friend. I want to meet you," he said. What? I was completely thrown off. Rebecca, being the good sport she was, ended up with his friend, and we all were happy. He was a German exchange student named Daniel, and we spent the rest of the night talking. When he asked me if he could see me again, I felt like I was in a dream. He took my phone, and under the bright moon of Cholula, he gave me the sweetest kiss. Despite the fact that he was leaving in a few weeks, we continued dating. I remember having dinner and long conversations with him. One morning, I woke up at his place to find him fresh out of the shower, a towel wrapped around his hips, and abs that could grate cheese. He had cut off fruit for me and carried me back to bed. More than his looks, I was captivated by his genuine interest in me. He asked questions that no one else ever did. He taught me that love, respect, attention, and honesty were the most expensive gift of all. I realized I was so busy trying to be someone else that I never appreciated my own beauty. He showed me that I was enough, just as I am, and that's a lesson that I will never forget. There are some men who are ripe to repair, and he was one of them. As an unknown poet once wrote, and then they make their early diagnosis. They look at you and detect you. They land in your little world like Columbus in America. But they don't conquer you. They don't plunder you. They don't fool you. They only bring love in little bottles. And they do what they have to do for you, for your soul, for your pain, for the desire you have to find something different in life. They are men who know, even without knowing, even without suspecting, even without being fully aware of their importance. They know with a different wisdom. They smile with different smiles. They speak with different words. They work magic There are men like that. I swear. I have seen them. I know them. I watch them act from afar or up close. I admire them. I check them out as soon as they arrive. Sometimes I get emotional with them because they have art in their hands. They open you up and you don't mistrust them for a second because they are friends. But they aren't ordinary friends. They are strange friends. They are friends from somewhere else. They are fellow stars. They arrive, they do, they say, they look, they see. They won't always like you. They won't always love you the way you want to be loved. They won't always love them the way they want you to love them. That's something else. Something else. They will come to fulfill their destiny. They will come to make your life better for a while. To return a long-standing favor. To sign a pact. Because they are something else. Deeper. Stranger. More capable of staying inside you. Because these men will live in those places where you don't allow anyone to enter. Because you will stay inside them like a girl staring at the sea on a beach at night. There are men who come to heal, women that heal. Because they were born to do so. To heal those who heal. Because we are companions, beloved, lovers, loving. And when two beautiful companions like these collide, get together, intertwine, and love each other in their own way, the universe celebrates. Daniel eventually went back to Germany, and we kept in touch through email. I knew I could obsess over him and try to make a long-distance relationship work, but it just didn't feel right. It wasn't me. Instead, I chose to cherish the beautiful memory of a man who saw my light and my worth. He eventually got married and had children, and every few years, I still get an email from him sharing news about his life and family. It's been almost 2 decades since we met, and I'm still grateful for the moment our paths crossed. Years later, I will create an art piece called The Kiss, inspired by Klimt. It's intriguing that viewers perceive the embrace as a grandmother and daughter, when my intention was to depict a couple deeply in love, kissing. Perhaps the profound emotional energy I pour into the artwork resonates with the powerful familial bond. For me, the connection between a mother and a child embodies one of the purest and most authentic expressions of love. But so can be the genuine love between a pet and his owner, or the sincere affection between two friends. Love speaks many languages, and a kiss is just one of them. The question, "Who am I?" was a relentless ghost haunting me. I had looked for answers in libraries, clubs, and conversations, but never in a church. Maybe I will find something there, I thought. My friend Oscar, who was trying to impress a Mormon girl, invited me to his church. It was a bust. The only thing I found was a lot of bragging. Then my classmate, Suri, invited me to her Christian church. It was a small, genuine community of about 25 people who talk about God's love without trying to push me towards baptism. I liked it for a while, but my party girl ego wasn't ready to let go so easily. Every time I tried to stay in, my phone would ring, and my friends would have a new unbeatable excuse. I have no money, I will protest. I will pitch you the ticket, they will counter. I don't know how to get there. I pick you up. I have an exam on Monday, I will plead. I will let you copy my answers, they will finally exclaim. As you can see, temptation was a losing battle for me. One time, I organized a spring break trip to Puerto Escondido with 6 Spanish guys and 6 Mexican girls in a cramped van. It was a blast and a perfect disaster from the start. After throwing up 5 times, we finally arrived at Cipolite, a famous nude beach that was completely dead after 6 p.m. The guys were furious, wanting me to change our entire group to a party town. The current hotel refused to refund us, so we ended up cramped into 2 rooms at the cheapest place I could find. Then, on my first day, I lost my purse with all my money and cards. Was this a sign from the universe? Stop, it screamed. Of course, I didn't see it. I have no idea how, but I managed to get free drinks and keep the party going. I was hitting rock bottom. You know it's time for a change when you wake up with a terrible hangover, a deep sense of shame, and the feeling that you are literally poisoning your own kidneys. But even that wasn't enough to make me stop. Not yet, anyway. My final semester arrived, and I had left the dorms behind for a house with 2 roommates. My university, founded by the Jesuit order, had the motto, "The truth will set us free." This wasn't just a catchy phrase, it was a core part of the curriculum. Alongside classes like macroeconomics, math, and statistics, we were required to take a series of humanism courses. The goal was to cultivate a reflective mindset, analyzing global issues and the role of ethics in creating a more just world. At that time, these classes felt like a huge burden. I remember crying in class while watching a documentary of the Rwanda genocide, and pulling my hair out writing an essay on the planet's biggest CO2 producers. But it worked! I stopped buying clothes from brands that exploited their workers. My friend Adri will laugh at my new outfits. Blue jeans paired with a handmade skirt and a scarf crafted by an indigenous woman. Then, just a few months before graduation, I read No Logo by Naomi Klein. This book completely shattered my understanding of marketing, exposing the radical psychology behind corporate consumerism. My carefully constructed vision for my future fell apart. Did I really want to help big corporations sell more stuff? The thought of telling my dad, "Hey, sorry, I chose the wrong career. Can I start over?" was laughable. In retrospect, I don't regret my past decisions because they have made me who I am today. But if there's an afterlife and I get a do-over, I have a note for my younger self. First, I would travel the world for 2 or 3 years, not rushing, but slowly. And I would try as many different crafts as I could, spend more time in nature, and learn to listen to my body. I also believe that living with a partner in my early teens would have made me grow up faster. By the time I turned 21, I would have already experienced the joys and challenges of playing house. I think the sooner we explore our earthly desires, the sooner we are ready to answer bigger questions. Who am I? Why am I here? The truth is, I still don't have all the answers. At that moment, I was freaking out, about to face reality and become an adult. My dad had been waiting for this moment my whole life. It was time to change, to grow. I knew Puebla no longer fed my needs. It was time to move on. But where could I go? In our next episode, discover where destiny will take me. A cosmopolitan city full of life, noises, restaurants, vibrant music, and countercultures. Mexico City. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast and want to support the work I'm doing, please consider checking out my Patreon. You can find the link in the show notes. Your gratitude and support help me create more content you love. You can also follow me at Instagram at Gina Baruch Art. See you next week, and remember, you were born to shine.